Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen. Today we'll be making this very delicious vegetable soup. If you know me well, you know that I love vegetable soup. They are one of my absolute favorites. And today's recipe is packed full with so much goodness and flavors. I know you guys will enjoy watching this one. You will absolutely fall in love with this soup. So if you're new to my channel, you're very welcome. My name is Nosa Girl. Feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy watching. Alright guys, let's start cooking. To make my vegetable soup, I'll be using some goat meat, some cow food and some chicken. You can use either or all of them, but like I always say, there's no limit to how much yumminess you want in your soup. So feel free to use any meat of your choice. I have some snail and cow tripe. This is my smoked turkey. I use this every time I'm cooking my vegetable soup. It adds so much flavor and oh my god, it just takes it to another level. So I'm going to cut it into tiny cubes like this so that every hand of swallow that goes into my mouth goes with some of it. You know what I mean. And here is my dried fish and my stockfish. So these are called stockfish fillet. They are very yummy. They're also very easy to cook. That's one reason why I like to use it. And I love the fact that it's very tiny. You know, it's just gonna be everywhere inside the soup, causing some commotion. Here is a bowl of my pepper mix. So in here I have some tomatoes, bell peppers, sweet peppers and some habanero peppers. I have already cooked this down to remove all the water and tangy taste, and this will make the cooking process faster. I have some onions, garlic and ginger, crayfish and locust beans. I'm also seasoning with some salt, some seasoning cube and some chicken seasoning powder. And of course I have some palm oil, but you can also use vegetable oil if you like. Start by cooking the meat, and I'll be using my pressure pot to cook my meat because it cooks faster. I'll also add my snail and cow tripe to cook with the meat. So I'm gonna season the meat with some onions, some garlic and ginger paste, salt and seasoning cubes, and then I'll add some water, and just enough water to be on the same level with the meat, and then I'll cover it and let it cook, and this is gonna cook for 20 minutes. When the meat is done, I'll transfer it into the oven for grilling. I love that brown color that my meat gets when it is grilled. You can fry yours or you can just use it like that if you prefer it that way. So I'm going to grill this for 10 to 15 minutes. The next step is to soak my stockfish in some hot water, and this will make it come out very soft in the soup. Here are my vegetables. I'll be using some fresh spinach and some kale vegetables for today's recipe. Now these have already been washed. I'm going to use my vegetable chopper to chop them. So the next step is for me to blanch my vegetable, and I'm going to do that with only the spinach. Now you can skip this part altogether. It's very optional, but it's something I love to do. So what I'm going to do is to just pour in some hot water into the spinach and let it sit there for at least 3 minutes. Now what this does is that it helps to reduce the loss of flavor and color and texture, and it can also remove any dirt that is still in there. You know, one thing about vegetable is that there's always some dirt somewhere, so this was going to help to remove all of that, and it will also help to brighten the green color of the vegetable. It does that in a way, I don't know, so that's why I love to do this when I'm cooking. But like I said, you can skip this part. At this point, we're ready to make the stew base for the vegetable soup. So I'm going to heat up some palm oil in the pot. I'll pour in my onions and then I'll saute that for about a minute. Next, I'm going to add my crayfish, my locust beans, and then I will just stir that for another 1 minute. At this point, I can tell you that there's so much flavor coming out from this soup already. It smells so good. So I'm going to go on to add my chopped smoked turkey. I'll also add my stockfish and my dried fish. And then I'll add my snail. Now I cut the snail into tiny bits because this is vegetable soup and I love those little obstacles inside my vegetable soup. I love it so much. So I'm going to stir all that together, and then I'll add my my grilled chicken and goat meat and beef, and then of course I will stir all of that together again. This has always been my favorite method of making vegetable soup. I love when the oil and the meat just infuses and combines together so that by the time we introduce the vegetable, the base is so powerful, so strong that the soup has no choice than to come out delicious. So the next step is to add my pepper mix, and like I said before, I have already pre-cooked this so I don't need to cook it for a long time. Now I'm just going to stir that together, make sure everything is well combined, and then I'll add a little bit of salt and some seasoning powder. And then this is looking very thick, so we need to add some water, but I'm going to use some meat stock, so I'm just going to add a little bit of my meat stock, and then I'll cover the pot and let it cook for about 2 minutes. This is 2 minutes later and you guys can see the stew base is looking so yummy. So from this point I'm going to add my smoked mackerel, and finally I'll add the vegetables. So first I will add the kale, and then I will add my spinach. Now I'm not going to stir this any further. I don't want to smash or crush the vegetables. I'm just going to cover it like that and let it cook for another 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, my soup is done, so I'm just going to mix and stir this together continuously until I take it off the stove. And right now I am cooking on very low heat because I don't want to overcook my vegetables. I don't want them to lose that beautiful green color. So yeah, I'm just going to keep stirring this for about a minute, and yeah, my soup is done. This soup is very delicious, so nutritious, packed full with lots of goodness. I hope you guys will try it out because the way I'm looking at this soup right now, I don't even feel like talking anymore. So that is it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching today's video. Please do not forget to give it a thumbs up, leave your comments down below, and if you're new to my channel, do not forget to subscribe. I would love that subscription. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.